Hey everyone, today I'm going to explain to you about the next set of hiragana characters, that is the T column. The characters are ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. The first character is ta. Here's the first stroke to the upper right, a little curved. Here's the second stroke, a slanting and a long line. Here's the third stroke, just a curve to the right side, and you stop here. Let me write the fourth stroke here. 1, 2, 3, and here's the fourth stroke. This portion, third and fourth stroke, looks like you're holding a ball, and you might remember that this character you have learned it in previous lessons. I have shown it in my previous lessons, which is ko. It looks a bit like ko. And this is ta, the first character of the T column. Here's the next character of the T column, which is chi. It has two strokes. Here's the first stroke to the upper right. Here's the second stroke. This is chi. This portion here, the first stroke and the second stroke, it looks like our previous character ta. That is the first and second stroke of ta. And this stroke here, just curve it and you just leave it free at the last. In my previous lesson, we learnt the hiragana character shi. This is pronounced as shi and not si. Similarly, chi is pronounced as chi and not ti or ti. Though ti and si can be written in romaji and also used to write it many words in katakana, but in the hiragana chart this is shi and this is chi. Check out my previous lesson for more on the shi and its pronunciation. The next character of the T column is tsu, which has only one stroke. You just take it to the upper right and you leave it free in the last. This is harau, which means to leave it free, and this is tsu, as in tsunami. It has only one stroke. Tsu. Here's the fourth character of the T column, which is te. It has only one stroke. Draw a line, take it to the upper right. Draw a curve, take it to the inside and stop here. Stop here once and then take the curve inside and stop here. This is te. Te itself is a word in Japanese which means hands, our hand, left hand and right hand. Here's the fifth and the final character of the T column, which is to. It has two strokes. Here's the first stroke, which is a slanting line to the bottom right. Here's the second stroke. Nice and curved to the inside and stop here. Just make sure that the position of the beginning of the second stroke here is lower than the position of the beginning of the first stroke. This is to. By using these characters ta, chi, tsu, te, to, let's form a different set of characters and sounds, that is the voiced consonants from the unvoiced consonants, by adding the dakuten, dakten, or the quotation marks or these parallel lines. By adding them, we form a different set of characters and sounds. So by adding dakten or quotation marks to ta here, it becomes da, and if you add dakten to chi, it becomes ji, and if you add dakten to tsu, becomes zu. If you add dakten to te, becomes de. If you add dakten to to, it becomes do. Da, ji, zu, de, do. Now you might be wondering which ji we have to use in Japanese while writing a Japanese word, as they sound similar, this ji and this ji. So mostly in Japanese we use this ji, that is the dakten added to shi, in most of the words, and this ji is rarely used in Japanese. It's used where the original sound is chi, that is to some compound words maybe. So here's an example. I've used this character ji for the word chijimeru. Note the ji here, since the original sound is chi, and this word here uses ji, chijimeru, which means to shorten or to reduce, can also mean to shrink. Let's take a look at a few words using the T column hiragana characters. Can you read this? Yes, it is kutsu, kutsu, which means shoes. This is kutsushita, kutsushita, which is socks. Can you read this? Chizu, chizu, which means map. Can you read this? It has dakten. This is daigaku, daigaku means university or college. We learnt the character tsu and zu. There's one more thing, which is the chisai tsu or the small tsu, where the tsu is written in the smaller form. So here's an example. The word, this word is pronounced as kite, which means to come or coming. It's a verb form. Now if I add this small tsu here between any word, if it comes in between any word, it's actually, the pronunciation is quite important and it's actually stressed and pronounced. So in this case this becomes kite. So if this is kite, this is kite, kite, and it forms an entirely different meaning. This means stamp or the postal stamp. So this is an important point to remember. When there's a small tsu, make sure that it's stressed and pronounced kite. Here's another example by using the small tsu. So this is the word which is pronounced as kata, which means shoulder, kata. But take a look at this, katta, katta, which means bought. So note the difference and where the small tsu is used. That's it for today's lesson. If you have any questions, please do post it in the comment section. I'll be really happy to answer them, and look forward to my next video, guys.